Hi, everybody. I am live from Lincoln Center Theater doing Facebook Live and maybe Instagram Live. I don't understand technology, but I know that it's live and you're watching it somewhere. Okay, this question is from Sarah. What was the experience of stepping into your dream role like? It was amazing. It was unlike anything I've ever experienced because I didn't have a normal rehearsal schedule. Like normally when you rehearse for a Broadway show, it's 10 to 6 every day and you're with the other actors. And I was really only rehearsing during show call and understudy rehearsal. So Tuesdays I'd rehearse for like 3 hours and the stage manager would play all the parts. And then Wednesday I would get to rehearse during the day because there was a show. Thursday I would get to work with the understudies, and same with Friday. But it was like a very sort of piecemeal putting it together experience. So it really actually felt like getting onto a moving train, but you were driving the train. So, but when I don't know if you guys have seen the show, maybe I shouldn't give anything away, but in the opening, the way that I'm revealed to the audience, it's really, really beautiful and special. And Bart Scher did such a gorgeous job with it. And it was like, looking into the face of my childhood dream, which not many people get to do. So it was pretty exciting. So, okay, Sabrina. What is the most difficult part about playing Eliza? The Cockney accent, not in terms of like technical difficulty, but in the toll it takes on your voice. Because it actually requires your tongue to move in a different way than we normally do. And the tongue is a muscle. And when your tongue gets tired, it actually puts the strain on your vocal cords. So one has to do a lot of work to make sure that you're being really healthy in the way that you speak, even more so than the singing, although the singing is pretty hard too. Okay, Mark, what is the most rewarding part of Eliza's journey? I would say that in this production, because of the way that it ends, which again, I won't give away, this really feels like a My Fair Lady for the Time's Up generation, which is really the only My Fair Lady I would want to be a part of. So to me, the most gratifying thing is, she learns early on in the show, she hears the idea that if she's able to change the way that she speaks, she could change her life, which at that time in England was not an option. People of her lower class, they didn't move up in life, they didn't get married, they didn't open flower shops, they didn't do any of those things. And also women of a higher station essentially were just there to be married off to other wealthy people. So the fact that she takes ownership and possession over her own self and her own journey at a time where that really didn't happen is to me the most gratifying. And she develops a confidence in herself that she didn't have when she began. Okay, Helena, what was your initial reaction to hearing you were cast in this role? Like first up, not filtered for the internet initial reaction. I was in the car with my mom and my sister headed to my sister's wedding dress fitting. So my first reaction was, oh my gosh, my dreams are coming true. And then my second reaction was, but so are my sisters, so I'm just gonna keep it to myself because my sister is more important to me than anything. So we didn't really talk about it until a few days later. I went home and I talked about it with my husband, but it was just, it felt surreal to me. And then, and now it still feels surreal to me now. When I get into the costume, sometimes I cry. So that's the truth. Emily, what is something you didn't realize about the role before you played it? I'm gonna be honest. I've been listening to this record since I was 4 years old, and I've imagined myself playing it since then. There's literally nothing that I have not imagined or thought of. So there's nothing I didn't realize. That sounds like a sort of a dickish answer, but it's the truth. Anna Britt, if you could go back in time and see any Broadway show in person, what would it be? My Fair Lady with Julie Andrews, obviously. Sabrina, what is your favorite song from the show and why? Ooh, my favorite song from the show is Without You, which was my least favorite song to listen to as a child. But now that I'm a grown woman, the freedom and the sort of discovery of it the release of needing other people and being able to rely on yourself is just so gratifying. So it's funny how your tastes change as you get old as hell. At MTVDV10NOV, you know who you are. Also, what does that mean? How did you achieve so much chemistry with Harry Haddon Payton in just one rehearsal? Literally, I have no idea. No, the answer is he's a remarkable actor. He's a truly astonishing, grounded, gifted, kind, generous, spontaneous human being. He's like such a grown-up in the best possible way, and he's really, really collaborative. So, you know, like when you're doing a film or television, a lot of times you'll meet somebody the first day and then you just have to act with them. So you just got to do it. Genet, G-E-N-E-T, Genat. What's a typical day in #MyFairLady like for you? A typical day is I wake up at the ass crack of dawn with my child. Actually, my husband has been doing a lot of that, which I'm very grateful for. It really depends on the day, but like Wednesday is a 2-show day, and I woke up really early with my daughter, and then came to the theater at noon and vocalized and stretched. And then in between shows, we had a Halloween party where Harry's kids came as well, and they went trick-or-treating at all the dressing rooms. And then we did another show. But it's a lot of like figuring out self-care while also being a good mom. Leah, do you play Eliza differently than you originally thought you would since you've wanted the role for so many years? For sure. It's interesting to me because, you know, Eliza was originally written for like an 18 or 19-year-old girl, but I just feel like I would have played it so differently at that age than I do now, and I think I bring so much more understanding, both intellectually and emotionally, than I would have at that time. So I think I'm playing her with more strength than I would have previously. And I think because the ending is different than the ending we use, I think I would have played her a little bit more, I don't want to use the word needy, but in need of Higgins. Yeah, that's a great question. Jess, what's your favorite scene? Oh, sure. This is our last one, you guys. Whoa, that flew. What's your favorite scene? My favorite scene is Ask It, where she comes to the races and is basically trying to convince everybody that she is, you know, a well-bred person, but she's not quite there yet. That's my favorite like funny scene. And then my favorite scene, my favorite like dramatic scene is the last scene that I have with Harry, in which I sing the song Without You. I think that's all the time we have, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And I hope that you come see the show and encourage your friends to see the show, or even your enemies. I promise to not be good that day.